Okay, number 8 is one of those latitude problems. So we're going to look at a cross-section of the Earth where along the x-axis here, that's really like our equator. Straight up is the North Pole. So we have find the latitude. Oh, this one's find the latitude. So this one's a little bit different now. So this one's telling me figure out where Spokane, Washington is. If Spokane and Jordan Valley, which is at 4315. So here's Jordan Valley at 4315. And that's Oregon. So Washington is north of Oregon. So I'm going to go up. This time they're telling me what S is. They're telling me that S is 486. Yeah. So this time I'm trying to figure out its angle. So this time, instead of solving for S, I'm just solving for theta. So I still have a radius of 6,400 kilometers. So I'm still going to do S equals R theta, but I know S this time, it's 486. The radius is still 6,400, and I'm solving for what that theta is. Okay. So let's do 486 divided by 6,400, and that gets me 0.0759375. That's in radians, though. Do I want radians? No, I need degrees. How do I change radians to degrees? Times by 180 over pi. Yep. So I'll take that number right there, times by 180 over pi.
4 point some change.
Yeah, I get 4.35. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the measure of this little angle right here, is 4.35.
So once you get the theta equals 0.0759, I was
Yeah.
doing number 7 while you were doing this, so what do you do?
Well, that's in radians, so I need to change it to degrees.
Okay.
So you times that by
180 over
180 over pi. So again, that got me that little sliver right there is 4.35 degrees. That's not the answer to the final question. The final question is, what's the latitude of Spokane, Washington? So
you do 43.15 plus.
yes, I'd have to add those two because it's this total angle that would be its latitude. So we'll add the 43.15 plus 4.35. So the latitude of Spokane, Washington would be approximately 47.5 degrees.
Spelled. My bag's all wet.
Oh
My
dear.
seltzer can't open.
If you want to use those bags over there, you could.
Okay. Probably ruined all my homework.
Well, that's why he doesn't have his homework.
I did my homework. Haven't missed one.
So I didn't do tomorrow.
You look very organized.
Are there any other ones that are jumping out that anybody wants me to do?
Can you just tell me the answer to number 9, see if I got it right? I got
I don't know it off the top of my head, but hold on.
Yeah.
You want me to just do it? Okay, let's just do it. A bicycle with a 26-inch wheel diameter, be careful, travels a distance of 200 feet. How many revolutions does a wheel make to the nearest revolution? Okay, so this is just our S equals R theta. So, do you know what S is?
yes, 200.
Yeah, the distance, right, that it has traveled is 200 feet. Let's be careful though, because we have a difference of units again.
Wait, what does S represent then?
S is the length, so if you're on a circle and you walk from one part to another, the length that you've walked is S.
Oh, then what represents the speed at which the thing is, the wheel is spinning? Like with a lot.
We don't have speed in that one. Told us because it went 55 miles per hour for 1 hour, we knew that it went 55 miles.
Oh, okay.
So we used that to figure out what S was. All right, so this one, S is going to be 200 feet, but be careful. The radius, first of all, they gave me a diameter. Guys, are you listening? Not to me. So they gave me a diameter. So first of all, I need a radius, and I have to make my units match. These are in feet. This is in inches. So first of all, I want 13 inches, but I'm going to change 13 inches into feet. So 13 inches would be 12 inches 1 foot. So I just divide by 12. So it's going to be 1.083
This water costs
is my radius.
$100,000.
All right, so now my units match. I have a radius and not the diameter. And I can go ahead and solve for theta. So 200 divided by that answer gets me 184.615. That's theta. Now, that's the number of radians it has gone through. But they're asking me how many revolutions. 1 revolution is how many radians?
2 pi.
2 pi. 2 pi. 2 pi radians is 1 revolution. I've gone this many radians. So I just need to divide this number by 2 pi. Don't make the same mistake that I did on the other problem, though. When you divide this number by 2 pi, you have to put it in parentheses. Otherwise, it's going to divide by 2 and then multiply by pi, and that's not what you mean. You mean that.
29.
So, to the nearest revolution, if we're going to round that down to 29. So we have made 29 revolutions for this wheel to go 200 feet. So always make sure that you are keeping track of what units you're in, whether you're talking about inches, feet, radians, revolutions. Always make sure that you're finishing out with by answering whatever question they're actually asking.
That was just
What other ones is there another one popping out of you that you need help with? I remember 11 being a nightmare.
yeah.
Let's talk about 11.
You just gotta use the area
I'm recalling this quiz from last year, and I remember
The sensor light and stuff.
67 feet in front with a range of motion of 187. Over what area will the sensor detect motion and become illuminated? So,
Draw those. That drawing.
yeah, so basically here is my home sensor, right? Pretend that's it, my little camera. It's saying that it can measure out, if someone is 67 feet away, it can detect the motion. So that doesn't matter if it's 67, if it's 67 feet over here, over here, over here, over here. It can't go 360 degrees though, because it's stationary. So it's saying it has a field of 187 degrees. That's pretty good. So it would look maybe, yeah, something like that, 187 degrees, right? A little bit past a flat line. And it's saying it can go out 67 feet. So in other words, that radius would be 67. So it can see motion anywhere in this field.
the radius is 67.
Yeah.
Oh, then I did it wrong.
Right? Because it can see out 67 feet from wherever it is in either direction, 67 feet this way, or anywhere along here.
Not 180. 187.
187, even better. So they want to know, okay, well, what's the area of this? So what formula do we use? Yes, that formula that we learned. A equals 1/2 r squared theta. Again, theta has to be in radians. So if you just change it to radians, we should be all right. Because I know the radius. So I'm going to take 67 and square it. And then I just need to do 187 degrees into radians. So I would do 187 times pi over 180. Again, you can do all of this in your calculator all at once. So, if I'm going to do that, let's see if I can get them both on the screen. 1/2 times 67 squared. There's a squared button. Times 187 times pi, use the pi button, divided by 180. There we go. And that's an area, so it's going to be, we're in what, feet? Feet squared. And what, it says round to the nearest hundredth, tenths, hundredths. 7325.52 feet squared. Sure. And then after 12, I will give you the answers. Or should I wait till tomorrow to give you the answers, or what?
Well, the answers won't even help us tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll give it to you today. All right, a circular sector has an area of 20 inches squared and an arc length of 5 inches. What's the measure of the central angle in degrees? Okay, so here's what they're saying. Remember, an area, a sector, that's a slice of pizza, right? So draw yourself a slice of pizza. They're saying the area of that slice of pizza is 20. The arc length is 5. What is that?
That's the outside.
Yeah, that's, so what letter is that?
That's S.
S, right. So that's 5. Did they give me round to the nearest degree? But I don't, do I know a radius? So I think I'm going to have to solve for a radius first. Right? S equals, but there's got to be a, hold on, we know, oh. A equals 1/2 r theta. S equals r theta. I know what S is. Oh, no, check this out. Look at this. Oh, it's r squared. Well, couldn't I just do this? Oh, this is fancy. See how S is equal to r times theta? Don't I have r times theta? I just have two r's, right? Yeah. So couldn't I just do A equals 1/2 r times S? Right? Because that's r squared is r times r and then a theta. So r theta is just S. So I just replaced that. Well, it is now. Good thing we went over it. So area is 20, 1/2. The radius, I don't know what the radius is. I'm going to be solving for it. But I do know what S is. It's 5.
Can you be sure to post all these videos tonight?
Sure.
I don't think you stopped the video.
I did. It stopped on its own. So I missed. There's going to be some that's not on there. But it's okay. Anyway.
Can you edit?
I can. I don't know if I'll take the time to do it, though, to be honest with you. So I get 8 equals R. But,
Done.
no, I'm not done, because that still didn't give me theta. But now I have enough over here to find out what theta is. S is 5, R is 8. Theta will be 5 divided by 8. 0.625, but now I just need to change those radians into degrees.
Times 1. I bet it's 36.
Bet you're right.
See, look at that. We got it right without doing any work.
Okay, let me give you the answers right now.